working. The countdown did not work. That is so funny. Hello, everybody. Hey, everybody. We are so glad that you're here. I am Melody, and I am the executive director with our ASTE community, and I have past president Nikki Stein with me. Nikki, we were just talking about what's the difference between president and past president.
Right. So the way that our board is structured, you have 3 years as a type of president. So the first year you are president-elect, which is kind of just observing and learning how to become the president. And then you have a year where you're the president, you are the decision maker, you run the board meetings, you make a lot of decisions for the conference. And that was me last year with Creative Outlet. And then this year I am past president, and I get to act as more of an advisor to our current president, Anthony.
And you offer so much, and you help us with our scheduling. You're an amazing person to have on our board. So we're so glad that you're here. Anthony is usually with me. So if you're watching, Anthony, we wherever you are, we say hello and we wish you the best. And anybody who's watching and tuning in, drop us a line, tell us hello. We're going to have some shout outs in just a second. So if you have a shout out that you want to give, I'll just put it on the screen. But so glad you're here. Usually I have a little introduction, but I didn't hit the right button. So thank you for bearing with me. This is the funny part about being live, but we're so glad that you're here for our ASTE Community Connect. We have a lot of news to share today. So we thank you for being part of our community, whether you're watching this live or watching it afterwards. There's so much, and I'm going to send out a big email tomorrow with all of our news. And so we welcome you today. And just like I said, we have some educator shout outs. This is one of my favorite parts, and I have some shout outs. Nikki, let me know if you do too, okay? But First I want to give a shout out to educator friends Rachel Pearson, Hedrick Nichols, Keisha McDonald, and Rochelle Dene Poth. They are all going to be a part of our ASTE community from other states, and that is so exciting. Usually I shout out only Alaska educators, but I wanted to give them a special shout out today as we solidified our schedule. They were just in my mind quite a bit, and they can't wait to get here. So I want to give you guys a shout out. Nikki, do you have any shout outs?
Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to just teachers that I've been working with. Right now, I work as a professional learning specialist, and so I do PD for schools that are adopting new programs and curricula. And a lot of the teachers that I've been working with have been amazing at adapting to the change as it's being thrown at them, because I know how overwhelming that is. And it's just really been so cool to be able to support teachers as they're going through this journey and building that trusting relationship with them so that they feel comfortable reaching out to me and telling me that maybe they're confused or they need a resource, or even just I know this has to exist. Do you know where it is? And, chances are I've gone down that rabbit hole before. So it's really nice to be able to help with that.
Yeah. Teachers are pretty amazing people.
Oh, they absolutely are. Yeah. I was working with a group of teachers in Wyoming area school district, which is actually in Pennsylvania. I don't know. But the shift in the room when at the beginning of the session, there were a few teachers that were just very hesitant about this curriculum because they had already done a year of it and they didn't really have a strong grasp on it. And I think they thought that I was going to come in and just throw the same stuff at them that they had been getting all year. But I was able to dive in a little bit more and really get to the root of what they were struggling with. And just that shift whenever someone realizes that you have empathy for them and you and you really just truly want to support them, is just a really cool shift to see. And it shows a lot of resilience. And I mean, who's more resilient than teachers?
Right. I love it. So if you're watching and you're an educator, whatever role you're in, we thank you. You get this shout out. You're incredible. And we're doing this for you. So thank you. And those are some really important points that you brought up, because and I'm sitting here thinking about all my past experience as well. All right. We have a guest with us. Tiffany, are you ready? All right. From one of our most favorite sponsors of our ASTE conference, GCI. Tiffany from GCI has a great message to share with us, an opportunity for educators in this state. Go ahead, Tiffany. And how are you doing?
Thank you. Hello, Melody. I'm doing awesome today. And I'm actually so excited to share this news with you guys. When I got your note, I was a little nervous, but I was like more excited than nervous. And so that's how you know we're doing awesome work here. Yes, so thank you. How are you today?
I'm doing great. And, you know, it takes a very, both you and Nikki, I asked at the last minute, hey, can you join me? And you both were like, yeah. I just want to say that it takes like a committed person and a brave person to just jump online. I tend to go a little bit fast, so I apologize for that. But seriously, I think you guys are amazing. And you just came on because you're excited and you love educators. So thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome. And thanks for this opportunity. I was so excited to hear that such a forum happens, and, you know, excited to be in front of educators today and tell them about like some exciting projects that we're working on, and some free resources and discounts for them. So as you mentioned, you know, GCI, we are huge sponsors of ASTE, love ASTE. I participated in the past, and you guys are a fun group of people, and so thankful for all that you do to help educate our young people in the state. And then GCI, we're also big sponsors of Broadway Alaska. And I should have shared, my title is the Contributions and Events Program Manager for GCI Gives. So I have the pleasure of getting to spread goodwill in Alaska and working with our nonprofit community. And so Broadway Alaska, the Alaska Center for the Performing Arts, they are one of our partners, and they are bringing Broadway style shows to Alaska straight from New York. These are high quality caliber shows, and we want to share them with all the states. So even if you can't make it to Anchorage to see the show, we want to be able to connect educators with a really great lesson plan that's going to be surrounded around community, kindness, anti-bullying, really getting that message out there. And it's also, I know it's a busy time for educators, and this show falls, you know, in that kind of like first and second week of December. So also offering a free lesson plan resources sort of during that in-between time for educators. So what it is it's a video packet. So we are teaming up with the folks from Mean Girls, and they are putting together these videos for us. The first one is, how does Broadway get to Alaska? And you'll see folks from the Alaska Center for the Performing Arts showing you about all the different jobs that the performing arts can lead to, both on the stage and off the stage. And then the second video is really around this guided lesson plan about the kindness campaign. And so you'll see that lesson plan come to life. You'll get the printed materials so you can follow along in classroom, but then you'll also get these, you know, guided videos with, again, like real cast and crew that are like filming this content on the show right now, just so students and teachers can have this experience. So it's something we've never really done before. It's called Backstage with Broadway Alaska. And how educators can take advantage of this opportunity is to pre-register. So I saw Melody put some stuff in the chat. Please pre-register, spread this information around to all educators, and you don't have to be a certified educator to do it. Homeschools, school students can do it. Even if you just want to see what it's about and you're a regular old citizen, like anyone can sign up to receive this material. And then the material will be sent out on December 6th. So the show gets here on December 4th so that we can record some of them arriving content, and then we'll get those videos out to you guys on the 6th so that you can utilize them throughout the rest of the run. So there's these awesome video packets, And then I have another fun surprise for you guys that the Alaska Center for the Performing Arts put on a really awesome educator deal. So tickets, students can get tickets for $30 each. And I believe it's 2 tickets at a time, so they can bring their parent or a guardian with them. And then educators also get that $30 rate per ticket. So that is like an unheard of rate. Usually these rates they do are like grouped, right? They're like, you need a group of 40. But we've really tried to break down those barriers for you guys.
Oh, I love that. And I did drop the link for the curriculum, and I will also drop the link to go get the tickets. Do we have to put like a discount code in or anything?
For the ticket, as long as they use that link that is in the email and that you've put in there, then they shouldn't have to put in a discount code. If they have any questions, I recommend them to call Center Tix about the tickets. They are super responsive, and they're located right here in Alaska, and they do a really awesome job. So if you just say, I'm an educator and I'm trying to take advantage of this, and for some reason, sometimes it's the browser, sometimes it's a lot of different reasons. But yeah.
Sometimes it's a user. I love that. I'm excited. I love Mean Girls. I still wear my pink on Wednesdays. Do y'all do that?
I do. Yeah. Well, and on October 3rd. I mean, I always wear pink on October 3rd as well.
Oh, that is awesome. My 7th grade girls and I last year, we made it a thing. So I love this. I can't wait to see this. And thank you for sharing this opportunity. Thank you, GCI, for partnering with Broadway Alaska. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you so much for having me here. And yeah, if anybody has any questions, my email address is right there in the chat. So feel free to give me an email, and look forward to seeing you guys at the show.
Sounds good. I hope I see you, Tiffany. Awesome. Bye. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, everyone. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Wow, that is a great. Do you like Mean Girls, Nikki?
I do, and I love going to musicals as well. And the idea of paying only $30, like that just kind of makes me salivate, because like that's unheard of.
That's great. I know my daughter, her birthday is right on the 6th. I'm like, maybe she would rather go. We were going to go ice skating, but I don't know. This just sounds better. Any chance to like get dressed up and go to a show, I'm all about. So that's so great. Thank you, GCI. And thank you. Did I say it right? Is it Broadway in Alaska? Did I say it right? Okay. Tiffany, do you want to come back up and share a little more? No? Okay.
Broadway, Alaska.
Broadway, Alaska. Okay. We actually go. I always butcher everything, but we actually go. So that is great. Okay. So we've got some really big news, Nikki. But
what's our news?
Well, we could talk about our big news, or we don't have that many people watching, or we can talk about something really exciting like assessment. What would you rather do?
Let's go ahead and talk about assessment.
Okay.
And because I don't think everyone hears that word and just automatically gets excited, because maybe I'm just a little bit dorky. And I've accepted that, completely accepted that. But right now I'm in a course that is all about evaluation. And in my teacher brain, when I hear evaluation, I hear assessment. And when a lot of people hear assessment, they think grade. But what if we approached it from something in a different way? So instead of using it as a measure of merit or award, or even something that's punitive, because grades can be punitive for some, they can actually be used as a tool for growth and improvement of, knowing where students might have those gaps, and just how we can close that gap, and how we can just kind of fill those deficits. And it could help fix the root of poor performance, and even just some gaps in curricular materials that might need just reworked. And so I've kind of shifted my idea of what evaluation is and what assessment is, and just that true purpose of it is actually to gauge the effectiveness of our teaching practices and our course material or lesson material, and then adjust accordingly.
Yeah, I love it. I totally agree with you. And last year when I was in the classroom, I tried to do different ways of assessment, so that students don't feel like they're being punished in the process of being assessed, right?
Mm,
Some of the, and I hope that some of our ASTE sessions might be on this. I don't know all of them by heart. I did read all of them, but there are so many amazing ways, doing a podcast. One of my son's teachers earlier this school year already has used podcasting as a form of assessment. And storytelling is so huge. ASTE 25 is story bites, having students share what they're learning, how it applies to them, or how they might change something. These are like really genuine and sincere assessments that students can get on board with. And it doesn't really matter their level, or like maybe their reading level isn't on grade level, but their mind is still on grade level.
yeah, absolutely. And I think that also takes another barrier out of it by letting students share their story or have multiple ways to show how to do something. Because if, say, in science, the standard or the goal that I'm trying to get students to do is to understand photosynthesis, but they're a struggling writer and can't write a paragraph about what photosynthesis is. That doesn't mean they don't understand what it is. It just means that the writing is the barrier there. And that's a different issue in itself. That's a different remediation in itself, but it's not it doesn't mean that they have a deficit in science or in life science.
Right.
So,
yeah, I love it. And this is you're in grad school right now. So this is like where you are. What is your degree going to be in?
so I'm working on my doctorate right now in instructional design and performance technology. So it's all about designing instruction, designing courses, curriculum, and then also looking at ways to improve performance, whether that's performance in the workplace with training or performance in the classroom with how instruction is. So it's been really rewarding, and it's been such a cool journey. And I have like a group of friends within my grad school that I don't know where I would be without them. I don't think I would have gotten this far, but it's been a wild ride.
That's awesome.
And yeah, last night I kind of spent way too long crunching numbers for a data set that I just like went down a rabbit hole. And I'm just a big data head. I really love a spreadsheet, a really well-structured spreadsheet. Oof.
I wish I could say the same. Spreadsheets. And I was like, you know what, Melody? So one of the only tests that I literally bombed in college was like learning new technology, and it was about a spreadsheet. And I was terrible at spreadsheets. And I'm not that much better 20 something years later. I wish that I had just a fraction of that mindset where like the awesome spreadsheets thrill me. I love it. I respect a mind like that. Okay. That's really cool. So you went down a rabbit hole yesterday, but you had fun going down that rabbit hole.
Oh, I did. I found out about new types of graphs and charts, and it was wild.
That is so cool. And you know what? You know where another great place to learn is besides grad school?
Where is that, Melody?
ASTE. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have done a session on spreadsheets before. So
are you doing, do you think you could do another session this year? You know, if somebody decides not to come, we'll put you in there and I'll be sitting in that session.
possibly. I could just, be on the bench, like put me in, coach. But right now, we worked with scheduling yesterday and finalizing that and working with CVent. So we got to look at all of the sessions and the schedule. And I think it's going to be another year jam-packed with lots of different sessions, lots of variety, and just super high quality. I'm very impressed.
Me too. I've seen some sessions on AI that are going to be a little bit different than how you think AI should be used. A couple of people are doing something about the Anxious Generation book and things about that. And some more that Beleen Carlson, I am really interested in her. She's AI all the way. But I feel like, and then there's a ton of like story, how to make your whole classroom or your school year about, your story, telling your story, which we were just talking about assessment. Honestly, storytelling is my favorite form of assessment these days. And I mean, it all goes together. But if you don't want to miss out on this incredible conference, registration just opened up today. Thanks to Nikki and our scheduling crew. We were working like crazy to get all of our sessions so that you can just, if you are that kind of person and you want to sign up right as you register, yes, you can do that because most of our sessions are in there. Should I pull up our page so you can see our keynotes?
Yeah, absolutely. Have we announced our keynotes?
We have.
Okay, I thought so.
But we will. So if you go to our website, ASTE.org/conference, you can just click. You can see my screen. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You click on the screen, register now. Here, I'm going to look at my. Do I need to take a banner off? Yeah. You know what? I'm going to take this banner off. Yeah. Oops. Got some more. I used to do this all the time, and I was just so much better at it. I feel like I'm out of practice now. What is this? Okay. Anyway, so yes. So go to our website, and you will see registered now. You click on that. How many days? We got 81 days until ASTE. But our keynote speakers are Holly Clark, Jed Derryberry, and Victoria Thompson. So we are so excited to bring them. And then we have another one. He's not on here yet, so I'm going to wait till we get him on here. What do you think? Or should we just say it? Let's just say him.
Let's just say it.
Ishmael Hope. He is also coming. We need to get his face plastered on our website as well. But yes, we're so excited.
Absolutely.
Have you heard of any of these three people, Nikki?
I've heard of Jed before, and I think I've read some stuff from Holly Clark.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is they're all authors. So, and they are all have different ways of communicating education. So they're going to bring on some very different messages. So yeah, I'm so excited to bring them to Alaska. They're excited to be here. I mean, they're very excited to be here. So go to our just register. I think I dropped the, I did.
It looks like it.
Yep. So you can go to our bit.ly as well, bit.ly/registration ASTE25. And we do have our early bird pricing until the 25th. We also have our weekender rate up there, which is not quite half. So if you can only attend on Saturday and Sunday, you are more than welcome to sign up for the weekender. The weekender is only for Saturday and Sunday, though. Okay. While I have this up here, how many ASTEs have you been to, Nikki?
In person?
Mm-hmm.
I think I have been to 3 in person, and then I did the one virtual for 2021.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Which one was your favorite?
Ooh. I think that last year Creative Outlet was my favorite just because that was my baby. And but it was definitely not the least stressful ASTE I've ever been to, just because
it was your baby.
You get to see all the inner workings. So, but I kind of have a feeling that this one this year is going to be my favorite.
Oh, really? That is so cool. Yeah. It would be hard to top your baby. So you put a lot of, I'm going to say, you put so much heart in that Creative Outlet. I love it. And you've kind of helped pave the way for this year. I get to watch you work and you are intense. I love it. You are a
Yeah.
powerful woman.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, it will be hard to beat last year, but we'll, and it really is it's not a competition. We just are always trying to create memories. Do you have any favorite memories of ASTEs in the past?
Oh man. I think it's really a time where I just love spending time with the other educators from around Alaska, and just getting to know educators from around Alaska, because we all have similar experiences, but really, really different experiences as well. And I feel like it's also a time in a very dreary February where we kind of get refreshed and we just have fun. And I think that, and we learn from each other, and it's just super cool.
Yeah. Anybody could come to Alaska in the summertime. Seriously, anybody could do that. A lot of people do. That's when tourist season is around. But coming to Alaska in the middle of February, that takes some guts. That you're going to see the real Alaska, okay, if you do that. And I agree. My first ASTE, I think it was right before the pandemic, so it was in February 2020. I think it was. I don't think it was 2019. I one anyway.
It would have been 2020,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, right before it happened.
because I submitted in 2019. I was so excited. I still remember. Yes, I still remember. We first moved here in 2019. My friend Alice Keeler had told me how excited she was about ASTE. So I submitted my sessions in that September, and I was so excited to get the response back, which I just sent as executive director. I got to send out all those emails, and it was such an awesome feeling to be able to do that. But my first ASTE, I met Laura Davies, and I was so nervous. And I've presented at ASTE and I've presented at other places, but I was especially nervous, probably because I didn't really know anybody. Everything was new. And Laura Davies, she has become a really dear friend of mine. She was like at every single one of my presentations, and she just made it so fun and lighthearted. And that's my favorite part of ASTE, is just like you said, making those friendships. And then soon as ASTE is over, it's almost like spring is almost here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you
Wow.
make it and then spring is almost here. So yeah.
And there's a time change, so it feels lighter.
Yes, truly, metaphorically and literally, for sure.
Mhm.
And so right now we are anticipating, you just saw there's 81 days. That's going to go by so quickly. If you're registering, make sure that you do this next month from this 25th to Christmas. You can get our early bird pricing, or you can go ahead and get the weekender. And we know, Nikki, why do you think the weekender rate is so important?
So unfortunately, there is really a lack of subs in Alaska, which is why we felt like it was so important to introduce the weekender rate, especially early in the registration, because I mean, I know that I've been on the agenda to go to a PD, and then my sub cancels and the district calls me and tells me to turn around. And if that happened to be an ASTE, like I would be a mess.
Wow, that's
So yeah.
ah. Oh my gosh, yes. We want everybody to come regardless, if you are able to get us, like if you do the weekender rate, then you're guaranteed for Saturday and Sunday. And honestly, I think the first 2 days of a conference are my favorite. The first day is actually really my favorite. There's so much energy. Everybody's hugging each other. They're so glad. Sometimes we haven't seen each other in a year because we haven't seen each other since the last conference, so we really want you guys to come, and we know, we take it as data, right? If everybody's getting the weekender rate, we know that our conference needs to, so it's all communication. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yes,
You got my heart. Talking about data, feels like I could make a spreadsheet. It's great.
I would pay money so that you could teach me how to do better spreadsheets. I am good at a lot of things, but I am not good at spreadsheets. So and are you thinking of a session you would do now? with spreadsheets or do it again?
Ooh, so I did a session in 2023 that was I did pixel art with spreadsheets. So they were almost like worksheets for students, and you could put in like certain values, and if the answer was correct, it would make certain pixels appear. And I remember during that ASTE, I actually sat down with Alice Keeler and we were talking about, writing script for Google Sheets. And, I got to watch her kind of go through some of that process and, through the debugging phase and like everything. It was just really cool to watch and to see, kind of that underbelly there.
Yeah, actually, she needs to come back. She loves ASTE, and I was thinking about her today when I was thinking about how terrible I am with spreadsheets. So I was like, how could I have such? She's like my big sister, and I'm like, how could somebody that is so close to me and I still am terrible at this? Like, I could literally get free, educated on this anytime I wanted, but it's I'm so disappointing. But y'all, just like Nikki was saying, we've talked about a lot of different things. We talked about the we gave some shout outs. GCI, one of our very favorite sponsors, is making a way for educators and students to go see Mean Girls at a discounted price and have curriculum to talk about it, to build community and build kindness in your school communities. And we've talked about one of the most important things for our community is our conference is going to be in 81 days. Registration open today. If you go to bit.ly/registration ASTE25, you will get there. If you're a member, you will get an email in the morning in your inbox with all of this wonderful information. But we just hope that, you'll join us this year. Even if you're not in the state of Alaska, we've got educators coming in from all over Hawaii, Pittsburgh. I think it's North Dakota. There are some outside of Alaska, and I'm probably missing one. Yes, I'm missing. So if we need some Florida people to come and bring some warmer weather, yes, come to ASTE, experience the whole thing. If you are presenting, you got your acceptance letters, and we are so excited that you are joining us this year to share all of that knowledge. Is there anything you can think of, Nikki, before we say goodbye?
Not off the top of my head, except I am so excited for February.
Yeah, me too. So excited for February because again, this is where we get to meet our friends and you get to be a part of our community. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining in. We love you. We hope you have a wonderful holiday season. We'll see you again in a couple of weeks at our ASTE Community Connect. Nikki, you are invited to join us anytime you want.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was really fun talking with you tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.